So when you hear old Blake Shelton singing about a cold one in my lap, that's why. Those little guys ain't gonna hold your dad pop when you're going crossways through a cornfield chasing coyotes or cattle or whatever. So let's go take a look. Hey, welcome back to the channel. We are in the middle of shooting a carburetor rebuild video on our 83 F-150 with the 306 4-speed power steering, power brake, air conditioning pickup flatbed ranch mobile. And we're soaking. We're in the Berryman's chem dip with the carburetor part. So we're gonna jump into a new video. And unfortunately, once we got this thing running, we had to put a water pump on it. It was leaking profusely. It was just shot. And then it started leaking out of the heater core. And well, heater cores usually mean curse words, dark clouds, sad feelings, and skin knuckles, a lot of negative things. But I think on the bullnose Fords, even with, because this thing's got the air conditionings on it, so I mean it's going to require some surgery both out here and behind the dash. However, if memory serves me correctly, and it's been a little while, I think this may just be about the easiest heater core swap out there. So we've kind of dug around a little bit because I had to refresh my memories. We have the glove box door off, just a little few screws down under here, and you take the cardboard out, which is sitting right over here. It's in excellent shape. Look at that, you guys and gals. So cardboard insert is out, door is off, and here we go. Here's the back side, or the inside of our heater box. And I'm gonna say I'm about 90% sure that we can take, see these little screws here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, I think there's, gosh, 9 or 11 of them. I think that plastic cover comes off and gives us pretty decent access to the heater core. So we're gonna start there and go down that rabbit hole and see what happens. Before we do that, we got to come back out here though, because so we could drive it and do some other diagnostics and nonsense with the truck. We just chopped the heater hoses off and did a little U hose here. So we got to get these ends off. So hopefully when this heater core does go out that way, we don't get hung up on the old hose and the hose clamps. So we'll pull those off, and then I'm going to meet you guys back inside. All right, dudes and dudettes, we are back inside. There's one little clippy clue on these vacuum lines that come in from the outside that goes there. You just take your fender tool and get that out. I'm going to apologize to you because there's no good place to stick you for viewing pleasures, and that's going to have to do. But we're going to start taking some of these screws out and see what happens here. There's one that's kind of, oh, that's gonna happen. That's kind of underneath our little hinge that we had the light on, so I'll get you some light back in just a second. Okay, is it gonna stay? Maybe, maybe not. No, it's not. I can see it moving already. So that was 2, this is 3. Oh golly, it wedged itself in there. Come on now. Why do you, there you go. And then down along the bottom here. Now, the really interesting thing is even these little screws don't appear to be that hard to get to. There's a cable bracket at the top of this housing. That looks like maybe it's going to be you know, cause us the most headache. These are 5/16, of course. Just, you know, sheet metal screws, but with a hex head. Oh no, even the cable attachment goes to a bracket that's on the back side of, why can't we go there? Of the, it's not part of the cover, it's part of the body. So we might just have this guy. Come on. It would help if my nut driver wasn't completely worn out. And the screw's at a bad angle. Yeah, it's pointing up. And my nut driver's pointing down. There we go, we got her now. Okay. That guy comes out. Now we may have to do something with this cable to get this cover off, but I don't know yet. And this might be the last one. I was keeping track of count, and then kind of stopped. But let's oh, I think it might be loose. Let's see, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 screws. And well, okay. Oh, we got release. Oh, here we go. Holy cow, that's the heater core right there. Could it be that? It can't be that easy, can it? Let's get a hooky. I do believe there's enough space to just, we're gonna get this hook under it to just pull this straight out, you guys. Oh, it's gonna come out. You gotta be kidding me. I mean, we might have to be a little bit of a pry on it, but oh, look at that. We're out. We got a little gasket. Heater core out. We're talking, that was like maybe 10 minutes. We're talking 10 minutes here. I don't know where it was leaking, but we had wetness down in the bottom of the core box. Never in my evers have I had such an easy time pulling a heater core. Oh, here's what happened right there. It's in the inlet tube. It cracked. Maybe it froze at one point. Huh. Interesting. So the core itself might be decent, but yeah, we're done. All right, now I went to the Irish parts store and it said, hey, yeah, we can get that heater core. And it also said, hey, we don't have to order it. They got one on the stocks. And I thought to myself, what? So this has been sitting here probably a week and a half waiting for me to get some other stuff done. But it's show and compare time. What did I do with here? Let's do a show and compare. Old heater core, and by the way, beefy. This thing, I'm guessing 8 pounds, 7-8 pounds. And we have new heater core. And would you look at that? That looks like it's going to work. We might be a little close together here compared to here. What kind of room do we have on our outlet holes? Oh yeah, that's going to work just fine. It's just foam in there. Yeah. Okay. So, What do you know? The Irish parts store in the middle of small town Heartland, Nebraska. Now I know this heater core has probably hundreds of applications, but still, I didn't have to wait, didn't have to special order, didn't have to hold my breath, nothing. It's just here. I mean, we're talking, because I'm rambling on, it's taking extra time, but I'm going to clean that out, get the little foam piece, put it on the new one, and we're going to go back together. All right, so old to new. Like I said, we don't have this shoulder here on the new one, so we eliminated that on the foam, and it's glued on there, ready to go back in. And then, you know, I kind of went above and beyonds, because I found we had some 1/8 inch by 1/2 inch foam tape, and there was a foam gasket in here that was just kind of all ratty and nasty. Tore it out. We put some new foam tape in there, so there's gonna be heat, and there's gonna be plenty of it. So back on, you're on the Thompson's waterproofing tripod, by the way, because that's the can I had laying around. There's my hand. It didn't fight us coming out at all. You know, we will have to, we got to get them outlets up above that top edge. And then we've got, and there goes the light in my face. And we hung up on here. Why are we twisted? Oh, there we go. We've got about a 1/8 of an inch of overhang here. Oh, there it goes. Now if we can just, whoa, I thought gently persuade that in there, but oh wow, it don't want to move, you guys. The bottom kind of does. What are we doing up here? Oh, we're not, I don't think we're in all the way across. Okay, hang on. We gotta come back out. We gotta make sure that we're all the way in up here. What's going on now? To be honest, we're hitting something. What are we hitting? Now that's in. Now we gotta get this in, and more importantly, this side is what's giving us fits. Then maybe we can get in there. Come on now. The upper left corner is still hitting the housing on this side. Now we can get in between here, and maybe we can make some room. Oh my gosh. Or maybe not. Oh, okay. We're hitting pretty heavily up there. Huh. Yeah. Like, okay, we may have to pull this out and do a little trimming. Pull it out. Oh, come on, there we go. Oh. Well, we can't trim that.
One eternity later.
2 full days later, alert. We got the right part finally. We managed. So here's where we're at, and I might have to edit some of this in or out. I forget where we left off. I was just pretty frustrated. Stock heater core. When you look at it to pull it out, it looks like this. Looks fairly generic. Shouldn't be a big issue. Right away, Irish has one. Guaranteed to fit your truck. This is an 83 standard heat air conditioned truck. This is going to apply 1980 to somewhere in the mid 90s even. Anyway, here is the O'Reilly's one. Just a little beefier side to side because of these bracketries, but that it'll fit, except for when you try to get it in there And yeah, we already put goop on it because it was guaranteed to fit. Look, this corner here, right here, versus this corner right here. It ain't gonna work. So what do? Well, the Irish, it doesn't have another part number available. So we call Napa Valley, and there's one in the neighboring town. In the Napa Valley, ironically, similar number, same number, I think. Turns out they couldn't find the one in the neighboring town. Called me back and said, hey, it's a few days away and you'll have to pay freight. Not buying it. So we slam on the brakes there and we get to searching. And through the searchings on the Webernets, a lot of folks are coming into this same issue. They're like, this does not fit. It can't have this corner at the top of the core. Right here, it hits my housing, blah, 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 blah. I'm so upset, this and that and the other. So we start looking at pictures. We went to the Rock Hard Auto, and some of them with that same part number, this part number, show a rounded tank at the top of the core, but it still has that 94 whatever crap number on it. So, and you know about the returns to the Rock Auto. I ain't gonna trust that. Finally, we get on, just for whimsicals, I jump into Advance Auto Parts site, which is Advance CarQuest nowadays. And there's a little town about 20 miles away that has a CarQuest parts store. And they say, we've got a heater core for that truck in the stocks. And here's what it looks like. We drove there this morning. Look at this bad ride. So, almost exactly the right size. It still has the bracketries on the side. In fact, maybe a little smaller. I'm not worried about this down here being rounded because it comes with a nice roll of foam tape, so that'll go all around the edges. But look at this up here. We've got room on our corner here, and we actually have it over here. We don't really need that, but I think we are in business now. So I want to go back and say, as long as you know you have the right part, this is literally a 20-minute job, dudes and dudettes. But where you're gonna get your hang-ups is on these dang old parts that they're making nowadays. Let's jump in here and just take a look so we can hopefully get this finished up. 2 days on a job that should make 15 minutes of mediocrely hard work. I'm gonna jump you guys right over there. I'm basically just setting you there for a second, so don't get too mad if you can't see exactly what's going on. But we're gonna lift this up in here. We don't have the foam tape on it yet. Oh, look at that. Look at that. All right, yeah. Here we are. And this is why right up here, there's no, it looks like maybe there's some meat right here, but there's not. If you feel behind here, this is just a tab or a lip to screw the screw into. You can't cut this out. There'd be a big hole there if you do, but look at that. Fits perfect. It slides right into that space up there. That's exactly what we needed. And like I said, the bottom is inconsequential because it's going to push up against the rectangular opening. And we finally got the right part. So now I have to go argue with Irish, and they're good folks. They're going to take this one back. Bottom line, the correct part number. And I did a little short. Go up here, and there's a little short that knocks this down and puts it in perspective. If you're looking for your heater core for a 1980 to, gosh, even into the mid 90s, if this number gets tossed at you, even if you don't have it apart yet, I'd be very leery of that. Find CarQuest, aka Advance Auto Parts. I don't know, this is their own brand of heater core, so I don't have a brand for you, but 398 247. I'm gonna click you off. We're gonna get foam tape around this thing, slide it back in, and we'll show you buttoning this thing up. Okay, we got our foam tape that it came with wrapped around the outside. We still have our foam tape that we put around the ceiling edge on the inside. We're gonna lift this up in here one more time. And of course now our vacuum line's gonna decide to get in the way. But we should be able to just pretty much, we're gonna drag a little bit going in now. Oh, look at that fit, you guys. With the foam tape, it even makes it more perfect. Look at that, we're sealing up really, really nicely. That's outstanding. All right, we're gonna get this screwed on and then we'll show you. Well, here, let's just screw it on right now. There you go. That's the inside. Now we got to go replace on the heater hoses and we'll be done. And oh, by the way, you know, no cup holders in the dash, but these guys back in the dray, you had these little dainty little cup holders here. So when you hear old Blake Shelton singing about a cold one in my lap, that's why. Those little guys ain't gonna hold your dad pop when you're going crossways through a cornfield chasing coyotes or cattles or whatever. By the way, here's another cheat code for you. We had a little bit of leftover tape from that heater core. So we're going to take a chunk, just enough to take it and double it up like that. Then we're going to take that, we're going to double it up again. And we're going to go snip that way. Then we're going to double it up the other way and we're going to go snip that way. And then you take your little block and you come right in here, because see, the old stuff, the originals, has gone. And we're going to take this little foam block and we're just going to slide it right over that barb. We'll make another one for this one. That'll keep what's left of the cold air from getting in there. If you don't have some of these yet, these are just closer offer hose pliers. You can get them at the Harbor Freights. You can buy them for a lot more from like the tool guys, but you just clamp these on a hose, heater hose, radiator hose. They come in different sizes, usually as a variety packs, and it'll keep, as we're taking one connection off at a time, it'll keep the green stuff from, you know, escaping. And then I like to use a little bit of silicone grease because they don't make parts like they used to, and we don't want to ruin this heater core simply by pressing these hoses on. On this rig, both of them are 5/8. And we're gonna kind of eyeball measure, cut that guy there. Now, this is when your Lightning McQueen reflexes pay off, because when we pull this off, it's gonna leak a little bit, just a lot. But if you're fast, that's about all we'll lose, I hope. There we go. Not too shabby. That end on. We're gonna, oh, I wasn't quite ready for that one, but we kept her to minimums. On we go. There, we'll put a little zippy on here. So if you've noticed, we don't have a carburetor, so we can't kind of start it up and run it and check for leaks and stuff. We're doing that in another video at the same time, so jump back over. If you haven't watched that one yet, jump back over and do that. So barring the parts fiasco, and hopefully we gave you a little bit of information for you all dudes and dudettes to avoid that. If you get the right part the first time, 20-minute job. Thanks for watching this one. Click like, subscribe, share with your friends and family. Happy New Year. Looking forward to 2025. We'll catch you on the next video.